What's up, my friends, entrepreneurs, small business owners, and side hustlers? You're going to want to take notes today because one of the things that happens in the economy more than ever nowadays is things are changing. There's crypto, there's NFTs, there's new technologies coming about. I feel like we have a new technology platform here. And if you haven't heard it, it's a gamified platform. It's called Versus Game. And today we've got the CEO and founder, Mr. John Vitti, on with us. John, welcome to the program.
There are over 32 million businesses in the US, and over 90% of them will never break seven figures in annual sales. So how do we as entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs break into that seven figures club? This podcast will relentlessly share the secrets, strategies, and tactics I've used to create three multi-seven figures businesses and bring in even more successful entrepreneurs than me to share their inspirational stories and tactics to success. You can create your dream business and life right now. So buckle up and let's go.
Leo, thank you for having me. Appreciate you.
All right. So I'm really excited for the audience to understand how powerful these concepts can be. But to kind of just break it down and unpack us for it, tell us what Versus Game is and why it should matter to everybody, that there's so many benefits with it. Tell us what it is. How does it work?
Absolutely. So Versus Game, it's a prediction game where you get rewarded for being right. So we're letting people predict the outcome of culture. And that means different things to everybody. People can come on the platform, play the games for fun and for free, win cool prizes, play against friends, brands, celebrities, and now they can create their own games as well. And when I say a game, you're actually just predicting some future events. It's kind of like TikTok meets Coinbase, if you will. And so what happens, because it's UGC, it's instantly relevant. We mirror and we are a reflection of topics, trends, and events, culture. And why it matters is that we're rewarding people for your knowledge. So we think knowledge should be rewarded, right? So Leo, I don't know what you're into, but when was the last time you were watching your favorite TV show or listening to your podcast and you're like, oh, I bet this is going to happen. And then you were rewarded for that. You made money from that. Probably never.
Yeah, never. I should be rewarded. I'm knowledgeable about certain things, especially if it's football, right? Do we get into sports too, or is it culture, or how does it? What
it's all things. Culture these days. Culture is everything. Culture is crypto. Culture is NFT. Culture is stock market. Culture is Fed rates going high. Culture is everything now. So we know what the difference is. Wall Street has taught us and conditioned us to care about things we actually really, real talk, don't really care about. Like, I don't really care about Walgreens stock, and I own McDonald's and Walgreens stock, but I don't really care, right?
Yeah.
It's a forced behavior, forcing a function. Why not create a natural market and experience and game that people can make money off of stuff they actually gravitate towards and care about, like entertainment stuff or whatever they're doing in their life?
Yeah, no question. So, I mean, you got categories like music and TV programs and apps with friends. So you can engage, you can predict, but there's also a way for you to actually like earn money with this. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So we share our revenue with the players that are winning. We share our revenue with the hosts. So if you're, KD or Addison Rae or a loser like myself, or our big brand, right? Pepsi to Snapchat to Billboard, they're all on the platform, everybody I mentioned, and they're going off and asking their audience questions versus questions. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, which song will be higher up in the charts tomorrow at noon? Drake versus Kanye, right? We all play and we get a cut. The winner gets a cut and the host, that celebrity, gets a cut. Or me, I come on there and do it.
So this is unbelievable, John. So you started this just 3 years ago. Obviously, we're going to want to talk about your background as an entrepreneur, as someone who moves and shakes and gets things going. But in 3 years, how in the world did you get all these huge, brands and corporations? And from what I'm seeing here, you've got major celebrities, that love this app, this platform Versus Game. I mean, I'm seeing here, we've got Jason Derulo, Floyd Mayweather, Kevin Hart. I mean, really big influencers and celebrities. How in the world were you able to so quickly in just 3 years get this platform to gravitate to so many people?
It feels like decades. I've had this idea for a while, but honestly, it comes down to the mission. we're trying to do this for the people. It comes down to knowledge should be rewarded, not just the big guys get it, but
Yes.
we're trying to put real money in real people's pockets. And when that happens, and when you give the power over to the masses, to the crowd, to the users,
Yes.
it's amazing things happen. Instead of trying to control it or navigate or guide them, here you go. It's user-generated content, and get out of my own way and let them take over. And then all of a sudden, all this cool shit happens.
Yeah, no, absolutely remarkable that you guys have been able to do that in such a short period of time.
It's like this: who doesn't want to? Like, we're the ones talking about all these brands, right? And these apps, and talking about Cardi B. Why can't we get on the fun as well?
Exactly. Okay, so you set up an account. How does the money work?
Okay, so on Versus, you basically it's microtransactions like any video game, like Fortnite or whatever. So you're buying, you're paying to unlock utility in the site in the form of bundles. And these bundles are like, you can DM a celebrity host, you can host a game, you can play a free game, you can play a game with coins on it if you win. And then if you win, we take some of our revenue and give it to you.
Gotcha.
People are making, like, some people are making, I have one guy made over 100K in a couple months, and he quit his day job to work on a podcast full time. One guy made $620,000 in 2.5 months. Like, people are making real money on this thing. It's wild.
So, like, it sounds like if you're like a business owner, or you've got a podcast, or you've got some sort of, thing going, you need to be here, and you can kind of bring your community here. Is that right?
That's right. I mean, even if you're a Twitch streamer, right?
Yes, gamer.
Doesn't matter, right? If you have cool content, an audience, this is a whole new revenue stream that's ad-free, because we all like ads, and it's truly interactive content. So those two things, people want those.
Wow, unbelievable. So to sign up just as a regular user, how does that work? Is there any cost? Is it free to sign up, or how does that work?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just download the app or go to versusgame.com on your mobile and sign up. It's free. You can actually play for free forever, and you can play for free and win money forever and never have to put money in. So,
gotcha. Yeah.
We are literally for the people and by the people, because they are the ones creating the content and running the show. We're just sitting there supporting it.
Yeah. All right. So that's how you can play. You just want to become a user. There's an app, and then this is integrated with social media as well, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We're integrated with like Snapchat and others. And we're, if you it's one click, put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook, put it on TikTok.
Yes. So how does it work in the partner section here, where, you've got an audience, you're an influencer, you want to do something fun and really interactive and engage. Obviously, this is an exciting, new way to do that. Let's say, I've got a Facebook group, which I do, and I've got a few thousand people in that, or I've got a community of 5,000 people that we work with that helps business owners. Like, how could I, integrate this into my business? And everybody listening is obviously thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, all you have to do is create an account on Versus and register to become a host. And then you can actually start hosting games right away. And if you reach out to us, then we can potentially verify you. We can go through some steps to see your verification check mark. And that means that a lot of people will see your questions in games.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So they start to see you. That this can actually help to build, your brand and your community, right? If you come here, you bring your community here. So you can put games together and categories together and start to create interaction. And then if something is hot, then it's almost kind of, is there like an organic reach thing where, like how Facebook used to be, where if you could build an organic following, if you had
and like
content?
how TikTok is now. Exactly. If your game is getting a lot of plays, like more popular, then all of a sudden millions of people are going to see it, and you float to the top with our algorithm. And it's all automated. So I mean, you literally can ask questions about whatever you're into, like weather, traffic in LA. It's all good.
So how do you create a game?
Okay, so it's as easy as quick as posting something on like Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. It takes about 60 seconds. Most people do like a selfie style video, like, hey, what's up? I'm John. I got a question for you music freaks out there. Which song will be higher up in the charts tomorrow at noon? Drake versus Kanye. Let's go. Boom, that's the question. That's live now on Versus. You take that link and you share it with your audience wherever your audience lives.
Yes.
People, whoever plays your game off that link, you get a piece of that.
And so the whole idea is to get engagement by asking the right question, the right current issue, the right thing that gets people. And if it gets, if you start getting traction outside of Versus Game, then maybe Versus Game will also, invite other. It'll just show up in someone's feed in Versus Game, or
yeah, so what'll happen is once you start getting traction outside and inside Versus Game, the algorithm will pick it up, and then all of a sudden you'll actually be in the main feed or up at the top where a lot of tens of millions of people will see it, and you get a lot of plays.
Wow. How many users would you estimate are using the platform on the platform right now?
Last time I checked, it was about 22 million.
22 million. Unbelievable. And it's obviously in the App Store and in the Android system, and you can just download it. You can go on the website, social media as well, Instagram.
Yeah, come follow us, Versus Game. Come download the app. Come play on your mobile phone. It's easy.
Perfect. So
it's something for everybody. We're trying to put the power in the people's hands. It's time.
Yeah, no, this is just remarkable. I mean, we're 3 years in, and what's the game plan for the next 4 or 5 years? Where do you see this platform going?
So we have a big focus on going international more, and we want to partner up with. We're doing a lot in the TV show world, So we're already partnering with The Walking Dead and Invincibles, and we're already have 2 TV shows coming out. One's ours and one's through another company on ABC in October. So it's really cool to see the different applications that spawn from this thing.
Yes. Okay, good. That makes sense. So there's definitely a lot of use and ideas here with different TV programs. Oh, what's going to happen to this character? What's going to happen to that character? And
same thing with podcasts. Like, when's the last time you played a game with your favorite podcast, your favorite TV show, your favorite celebrity or athlete? Like, never.
Yeah. Who's going to be the next guest? What's this guest going to say? What's Joe Rogan going to do? Good stuff. Now, you guys have a referral program. How does the referral program work?
Yeah, this is really cool. And I'm pumped about this one. I'm really proud about this one. So we made it real simple. So anybody that you bring on that clicks off your link, that comes on through you, standard, you get 5% of all of their winnings for a full year. So that's like mailbox retirement money right there, passive income. But it doesn't come out of their pocket. It comes out of our pocket. So it's a straight up gift. So it's nothing to do with them. Yeah. So everyone makes their So
it doesn't affect your friends. It's not coming out of their payouts. It's just something the company's putting up to, create
a community
value, community value. Yeah. Wow. Unbelievable.
Who's going to hate it when your friends are now making hundreds of dollars, a day or a week? It's going to be fun.
So what are some of the next international targets you guys are looking to connect with?
Latin America, India, Asia. Love to get into Europe and Africa too. So if anybody out there wants to help, let us know.
Okay. Sounds unbelievable there. Talk to us a little bit about this shift of power from brands to influencers, and now the end user, the people. Like you keep referring back to the people having more power, and obviously we've seen with some of these social media platforms more censorship, less control for the user. It sounds like you have a focus. How is Versus Game putting more power to the people?
So just taking a step back and looking at this, like the power was with big brands and then the publications, right? And then it moved to celebrities and now on influencers, right? And all that's great, right? But when Web 3 is coming and spits and spats and trying to figure itself out, it's going to take, a while. But that you can't just put up a Dunkin' Donuts cup and be like, this is my advertising. Like you see the stats, like a normal person on TikTok gets 1 million likes and then they do that. It's like 5,000 likes, right? It's like people. So anyways, that power has been shifting from that to the influencers, right? The creators, which is great. But what about the people? Like the buck starts and ends with people like me, like you, right? So like, why not give them more value, right? Get them on that path, like get them bought into some things more, give them the power and the value. And then I think that's where the dynamic I think that's when we're all synced and all enjoying it together instead of just one party.
Absolutely. So John, I'm curious, what is your background like? It sounds like you've been entrepreneurial since a young age. How did you get started going down the path of entrepreneurship, and what were some of the projects and maybe things that you worked on before starting Versus Game?
Yeah, I started 4 companies before Versus Game. My first
Okay.
2 failed miserably.
Okay.
And the last 2 I successfully exited. One was in the consumer space, and one was a B2B SaaS, like hardcore tech play. We had partners, clients like Google, Facebook, Yellow Pages, Yahoo. When it was great. But the whole time, I've had this idea, this in my head, where I wanted to create a fair and fun prediction marketplace game for the masses.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
can enjoy.
Wow, remarkable. So you started 4 companies, 2 failed, 2 very successful exits. I think that for everyone listening here that's an entrepreneur, small business owner, understand that it's a journey, and you keep on pivoting and learning. And maybe your first things, don't work out. But as Mark Cuban says, you only have to be right in business one time to change everything. So that's remarkable, John. Congratulations on your success. And so did you kind of, was this a self-funded deal? Was this something where you went out and raised capital, or what did that look like to get Versus Game off the ground?
Yeah, a little bit of both. So I put my own money into this, and I had some angels that were in my last company jumping in this as well. And, all this water cooler talk, right? You didn't get into Google at that time. You didn't get into Facebook. It's too late, right? And I was like, you know what? Most people can't enjoy Wall Street. Like, I was broke back then. I couldn't get into Wall Street. So I was like, there's got to be a couple of people like me out there. So I think it really resonates with people, where it's like, you know what? You don't need that. You can actually just make money off of here. Right now, while the economy's burning, people are losing their money in their shirts. You can still make it's not because you're tied to the market. You can do that here on Versus and make money, but you're not tied to the market.
No question about it. Let's talk about it. Right now, we're in a bear market in the stock market, 23% plus with the S&P 500, the Dow Jones. We've got the big FANG stocks, Facebook and Apple and Amazon and Netflix and Google. All of them are down anywhere from 30 to 75% in just the last 6 months. So, Tesla's down. All these big tech stocks are down. It looks like we're going to go into a recession here in the next few months. Inflation is out of control. But what you can focus on is generating income. And there is a huge opportunity to focus on doing that in the Versus Game platform. So for someone who's, motivated, ambitious, wants to really, understand how to best harness and bring value and also earn income with the Versus Game platform, what would you recommend are the first steps? Obviously get set up as a user, then what should the next step be?
Yeah, once you set up, I would go and look into the categories that you're most interested in, whether that's, sports or crypto or TV, music, whatever you're into. And then I would start following some of our verified celebrities, because they're coming out with awesome questions and games. Yeah. And I play some free games, and then once you're comfortable enough and confident enough, play for some money. It's always a 50-50, right? It's a binary question, right? Yes or no, this versus that. So you're going to get some right.
Perfect. So start out with the free stuff, then go to the paid stuff. And then there's an opportunity really where you start to create your own, your own games. And that sounds like there's probably a lot of opportunity there.
This is where you can actually make the bigger money for sure, and have more of an impact with your community, right? So all of a sudden, you're watching the game, or whatever's going on in the world, you're like, oh, I bet this is gonna happen. Oh, I'll put $5 on it, right? That's already happening. That's part of your habit.
Oh, 100%
around your habit. So you do that with your friends, and all of a sudden you're all making money together. It just makes the weekend a lot cooler.
Oh, no question. It's all about engagement. And I can see that the Versus Game platform is just, attracting so much engagement. And so in 3 years to have the kind of celebrities and partners that you guys have is just amazing. So basically, guys, for everybody listening, whatever business industry profession you're involved in, and the more, high content information, whether it's TV shows, whether it's crypto. By the way, we didn't even talk about crypto. Obviously, Bitcoin and Ethereum are down, substantially, and NFTs are down substantially. And so people
are predicting that on Versus. They're predicting going down here, and they're making money.
Exactly. Crazy. So you can make money. That's a thing. Like people get these false beliefs that, oh, the economy's tough, everything's tough, I can't make money. No, yes, you can.
Yeah.
While that's happening,
making money
somebody's
all
making
the time. Yeah.
Yes, exactly right. Well, guys, so the next step, obviously, everyone that's listening, make sure you go to Versus Game, BERSUS game.com. You can also pull it up in the App Store, the Android store. Get that app downloaded, set up, your user account, and then it's like any other platform, right? Play with it, engage with it. And once you get into it, you're going to start to get it and then start looking at the categories that you like, answer those. And then for everybody who's trying to build something or has a community, this can be, it sounds like a really powerful tool. If you are, you have a community, what would you recommend? Get set up here, and then how should you just share the app and say, hey, is there a game link that you get when you build a game? What's the best way to bring your community over?
Yeah, as soon as you create a game on Versus, it pops out a game link for you to share. You take that link, you put it on Facebook, you put it on TikTok, Instagram, Snap, Twitter.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, and then they go right there, one click, friction free.
Awesome. Unbelievable, guys. Versus Game. It's for me. And when you're an early adopter, we're still in the early adopter phase here, right? There's probably still a ton of people that don't even know what Versus Game is. So like anything else, John, am I right? If you are and you become one of these early adopters and this thing has 22 million users, a whole bunch of momentum, I mean, I could see you getting to 100 million very quickly here. And then who knows? I mean, is there any way to invest in the company? You guys all set there?
We just raised our Series A round.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Maybe in the future. Yeah. And I think what's cool is there's a lot of open space you mentioned. So being an early adopter. So that means if you on the game and you don't see a specific question about, I don't know, Fed's interest rates, well, go and create the question.
There it is.
Go create the question. Create that community. They're all there.
Dude, John, did you hear about the news today that came out? The big, huge one? It's all over.
Wait, about the Feds?
No, abortion.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that question was trending in there that, is the Supreme Court going to really do it? And they actually did it. So that's crazy. You got all these things are probably trending big time on Versus Game and just going to be increased. The amazing thing is you guys can make money. Like, when was the last time Twitter made you any money? Probably never, right? And Facebook ads costs have gone up. Google's ads and costs have gone up, but you can come in here and start, generating some income and building a community. And that's what I love. I love the focus on community. I feel like even with some social media platforms, that's really gotten lost in the last few years.
I agree. I think there's a lot to do. I love people's imaginations and creativity. And I think we just all collab, all put the power in everyone's hands, distribute it. I think it's going to be a much more fun place to be.
Completely agree. Well, John, thank you so much for being a guest on the show again, guys. Versus Game, download the app, bring your community, set up some games. Your kids probably are finding out about it. Learn. Don't be one of those people that doesn't keep up, because these platforms have so much opportunity. And, it's gone from 0 to 22 million users pretty quickly, probably headed to a 50 to 100 million very quickly. If you get in as an early adopter, there's a lot of opportunity. John just mentioned some people who have been able to retire from their jobs, do this full time because they're doing so well, and probably a good thing with the recession coming. But there's always a way to make money, and there's always a new platform. And this is one you should be looking at. John, you've got the final word. What should someone do today, to make this platform just be part of a community?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, go to versusgame.com or go download the app, go sign up and play, invite some friends, create a game, and create money. It's easy.
It's that easy, guys. Go create some money. Versus Game, and we'll see you next time on the Seven Figures Club podcast.
Are you looking for more seven-figure secrets, content, or even how you can launch your own recession-proof business? Then check out sevenfigures.com. That's the digit 7, FIGURES.com, where we share more videos, stories, strategies, funding solutions, entrepreneurial education, and even the secret business type that's recession-proof. Thank you for listening, and if you're finding value in our podcast, please give us a 5-star and invite others to join the club.